Hi there. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to share with you the eye makeup brushes I used most frequently in the last year. Hopefully, you'll find this information helpful. Because of my eye shape and hooded eyelid, I find that the cat eye style of eye makeup looks best on me. It gives that lift I really need towards the outer edge of my eyes, making me looking more awake, less sleepy. But I'm not one that like a very sharp edge, a very sharp look. I do prefer a more diffuse look that will give a lifting shape. So the brushes I use are for me to achieve this effect. So the first brush is this Wet n Wild blending brush. I usually start with some sort of like skin-like wash of base color. Um, and this fluffy brush is perfect for a light all over color for my small eye area. It's really, really soft. And it is much smaller than most fluffy blending brush, or maybe I'm thinking about the Sigma E40, which is too big for my eyes for blending. I like this. I think it's just the perfect amount of fluff for me. Gives me enough control. Next one is the Sigma E25 blending brush. This is a classic in many people's brush collection, or there are many similar shaped brushes these days. This brush is slightly pinched at the ferrule to give a slightly flatter side, but also it is cut to a slight soft point. This is really perfect for my crease. I can use the flat side, turn it some kind of horizontally to create a sharper crease, like a deeper crease color, or I can flip it vertically for a more diffuse crease. But this is the perfect size for my eyes and just all around a great brush for crease color. I actually don't think I have another brush that can replace this one for blending my crease. Next one is this Real Technique Instapop Shade Brush. I love this shading brush. I heard Emily Noel raving about this brush a couple of years ago. Since then, I bought it and I couldn't put it down. It's cut very uniquely. It's slanted on one side and packed very densely. But because it tapers off at the tip, it's soft enough I can use it to diffuse the edge of my lid color. The size is also perfect if you like the lid color to take over majority of your eyelid to give that bright eye look. The density is really nice, especially from the middle down. It's very good for packing on color, very dense. If you like an eyeshadow, especially those shimmering ones that seem to sheer out too much when you use a brush, try this brush. It really delivers an impactful color in one swipe, better than my other shading brushes. A side note though, this RT Instapop brush seems hard to find in stores these days. I don't know if they discontinued this brush. So a good alternative I would go to is this Sigma E55 shading brush. It's a similar height and width, but it doesn't have that big um, uh, this cut side to pick up so much pigment. But it is very dense, so it does still packs on color very nicely. And the top of the brush is cut very similarly as well. It's very wide and it fits the curvature of the eyeball against the crease, so it can make a more defined edge for your eyelid color. The next one is Ulta Crease Brush. I use this brush for blending the outer corner of my upper eyelid. This brush is very small, dense, and round, which is too big and hard for my crease. Um, and it's not soft enough to diffuse the way I like, but I find it's perfect for my hooded eyelid to use on the outer corner because my outer corner eyelid folds down, closing off some of the eyelid space. I like to leave majority of the eyelid space for a brightening color, so I use this round brush to dab the darkest color at the very end of my eyelid and blend it in this small triangle area upward. This gives me a nice diffuse color to lift the eye, and because it's small head, I can be precise where I dab the color and blend in a very small area without having the color blend all over the place and gets muddy. The next one is this e.l.f. Smudge Brush. This is one of their $1 line brush. I've had this for many years and I have no issue with it. It's not falling apart or anything. I love using this brush on my lower eyelid on the days when I want a little more definition on my lower eyelid. I also occasionally use it to create a smudgy liner look using an eyeshadow on my upper eyelid. Next one is this MAC 263 small angled brush. This brush is my best friend, I guess. This is the first makeup brush I ever owned, and it's still like new. Talk about why makeup artists love love MAC products. They last. I bought this brush for my wedding to use along with a potted gel liner. This angle brush is incredibly thin, incredibly soft, so it's really great for getting into the lash line. I also use this brush to get the color off of any gel liner in a pencil form to create a really thin line. And gives me really great control. I use it to create really nice sharp wing liner look. I love using this with ColourPop as well. I use this taking a dark ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow. I dip the brush in there and line the eye. Super Shock shadow stays on really well. The last one is this Morphe M560. This is a pencil brush, but I love the control of my e.l.f. smudge brush gives me with its short bristle, so I don't use this pencil brush for smudging. I only use this brush for one purpose, which is to dot the inner corner highlight. I love this precise tiny point, but it has enough body length to swipe the color onto where the corner and the crease connects. This is a trick I love to do. I feel like it really brightens my eye look. Alright, so these are the 7 eye brushes that I use most frequently, almost exclusively on my eyes for the last entire year. I hope you find it helpful. If you own some of these brushes, comment down below how you like to use them. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with others. See you next time. Bye bye.